Welcome back. As you know, if you watched my previous video, I beat 3 of the cat bots on chess.com, the lowest rated 3, but I had trouble against all of them. On the 4th one, I was ahead, at least I'm pretty sure I was ahead at certain points, but then I gave it away with just some silly blunders, and that was Catspurrov, which is rated 1400. I've only ever once beaten a bot rated that high or higher, and that was the Reindeer Dash, one of the holiday bots, just a couple of weeks ago. So I decided I'm going to rematch against this 1400 cat bot, and we'll see how it goes. Now, just before I started this video, the servers on chess.com had crashed. That's what I referred to in my previous video when I said instead of fixing the bugs, they're just creating these new bots. So hopefully this won't crash while I'm in the middle of this game, but I'm just going to do the best I can. Hopefully that will help some of you, and if nothing else, it'll give me some practice. So let's do this. I have selected Catspurrov, rated 1400. I'm going to let the computer choose the colors, and it's going to give me the black pieces again. I think that's 4 times in a row now, and it's going to play e4, and I'm going to play the Caro-Kann defense and see what happens. I believe it played d4 last time. Okay, so I think we're going to get the exchange variation. I believe that's what we had before. Okay, now I think in the previous game against Catspurrov, if I'm not mistaken, I thought it got its bishop out here. No, it got its bishop out here, preventing me from developing my light squared bishop. Now at this point in the Caro-Kann, I have reached this point before, I am certain. And I think what I normally do is put my bishop on g4. And I don't know if that's the best move or not. I'm going to go ahead and play it because I'm pretty sure that's what I normally do. Either g4 or f5. And then I will put I'll put my knight there to block the check. I don't know if it's going to take or not. It did not. Should I put my queen here to give an extra degree of protection to that knight, or should I play e6 now? I think I should play e6 now. Oh wait, is it going to put its knight in there? No, it's going to put its bishop there. I might have made a mistake already. Now I think it wants to put its knight in here maybe, but I'm going to take that knight. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I want to take this knight. If it then takes my queen, I will take the cat's queen, and then if the cat takes my bishop, then I will take the cat's bishop. I think. Let's see how that works out. Oh, it checked me. Okay. I had to deal with the check. Okay, it took my queen. I'm going to take its queen. And then if it saves its bishop, okay, it did not. It took mine, so I'm going to take its bishop. Wait, I'm a piece ahead. Okay, so I thought I blundered there for a moment, but it looks like the cat blundered at least as bad as I did. The only advantage I think that the cat bot has here is that it has a piece developed and it has a rook able to enter the game here, whereas I don't have any pieces developed. I need to get this knight out, and I need to get this bishop out. There's not really too many places I can put the dark squared bishop right now, but I think I am going to put it on d6, from whence I can control a bunch of squares. Okay, that's fine. Now I want to put my knight on f6, and I'm aiming at the e4 square with this knight. That rook kind of did what I thought it might do, which is try to come through there and maybe reposition itself on the h or g files, but I'm not sure. And I'm also not sure if I really want this knight in here. I don't know. I think maybe I should castle, or should I take control of this semi-open file? That might be where the rook is trying to go. Regardless, I'm a piece ahead and my bishop is protecting that square, so I am going to go ahead and castle and see what the opponent does. Okay, it's aiming in here. That I don't understand. I can threaten that rook by putting my knight in there, but then I think the rook could just move over here. And I had talked about putting my knight there earlier, which is kind of a pretty good outpost for it. It would be patrolling those 2 squares, so I think that's decent. No pawns can attack my knight from in there. Okay, castling is not a bad idea. I'm pretty sure it wants to advance this pawn. But first, I'm going to go over here and take control of the semi-open file. See what the bot does. Okay, it moved its pawn forward. I know I can put this knight in here, but all that does is it's just a 1-move threat on that rook. So it's not doing a whole lot. Maybe it's better placed where it is. Let's see, what else can I do? I can push this pawn because that square is protected twice by me. This bishop and my knight are both protecting c5. Or I could put this rook here first and then push c5. I think I should just push the pawn first. Let's do that. Okay. And now if I take here, the knight will take back. And then where would their knight be aiming from there? I think their knight might be aiming down in here from there. I don't know. Let's, I don't know if I should, you know what? If I take and the knight takes, then no, that pawn is defended also by the rook. Okay, things I have to watch out for. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and put the rook over here on the c file as well. So I'll be aiming at this rear pawn. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Rook to a1 does not make sense to me because this pawn's not going anywhere, I don't think. Now if I take here and the knight takes, that pawn is undefended, the f pawn. And my rook would be aiming here, although the knight would be temporarily protecting it. So let's see. There, that threatens the rook, so I think they have to take back. Okay, now I can take this pawn with my bishop and be threatening the rook again. Okay, the rook did move out of that threat. Now I can check and win their knight. No, their rook is still guarding that square. Okay, wow. I need some practice here. But yeah, I can put my bishop back where it was, and I've gone up a pawn with that little series of moves, I think. Oh, wait, let's see. If I do that, and they move the knight, then I would win the rook for a bishop. If they don't move the knight, and don't move to protect it, then I would win the knight, right? But if they do move to protect it, then the knight's not guarding that pawn anymore, and I could win the pawn with my rook. So I think that's what I want to do. See what they do. They didn't. Okay, they moved to protect the knight with the rook. That's something I didn't consider, which makes a lot of sense. What can I do? I can just trade for the knight because I'm a piece ahead. I'm a piece and a pawn ahead. So I can just trade for the knight at this point. That rook will come in here, and then I can win this pawn with my c rook. I think that makes sense. Okay. And here makes sense. Let's see, what can I do here? The knight is still doing fine where it is, I think. I could move this rook here to hit that pawn, but then I think it would just move forward. So if I moved this rook here to the a file, and that pawn moved forward to protect itself, then I could pull the rook back and win the b pawn. That's my plan. I don't know if that's any good. Okay. I think this is going to work because now it can't protect that pawn, can it? Oh, it just sacrificed its rook for the knight. I guess not really a sacrifice, but it gave up the rook for the knight and a pawn. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and with my plan and take this pawn. But I'm going to take it with that rook so that my back rook is still guarding my back rank. I think then I can pick off this pawn here. Well, no, because they would just move to protect it. Well, if I don't, are they going to get behind it? What are they going to do? Wait, what if I check? The king will come out. Then I could get behind that pawn. The rook could protect it, but then I could move up and check and be ready to bring my other rook. Maybe. But you know what? First I'm going to create an escape square for my king here so that I don't get back ranked at some point by accident. Oh, the king just moved up as if I had checked. Okay, then I'm going to go after this pawn here to create a passed pawn for myself. Technically, by most definitions I have seen, I already have a passed pawn here, but their rook is right in front of it, so it can't go anywhere. This pawn just moved forward, and I thought the rook was going to protect it, but it didn't. So I'm just going to win that pawn, and then I'm going to get out of the way of my a pawn. But first I'm going to put a rook behind it. I'm going to get this rook out from in front of it, I think, this way, and then I can start pushing that a pawn. Oh, I should have pushed it 2 squares. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Is that rook just going to go back and forth? Oh, no, now they're going to push that pawn. Okay, well, let's keep pushing my a pawn. And I'm not worried about their h pawn getting here. If it does take, I will take back, and I will still have the square for my king to hide. So I'm going to go with my a pawn and keep going, and then I will promote it. This worked out much better than my previous game against Catspurrov. I think it has to take. Yeah, okay, now I have 2 rooks. There should be a simple ladder mate here someplace. Okay, the first thing I want to do is cut the king off from coming any further forward. And then I'm going to go all the way across, check, and mate. Okay, checkmate on move 42. Now in this game, I didn't feel like, the only point at which I felt like I was behind was right before the exchange of queens, right before our bishops and knights, that little complicated tactical sequence there. I'm going to run the game review really quick. First, I'm going to click Save Game to Archive, and it says it is saved, and then I'm going to click the game review just to see if I actually was behind there for a second, or if I was ahead the whole time. Okay, the game review has finally quit running and finally finished. It took about 3 times as long as it normally does on this browser. Hidden behind my camera view is the fact that I had 0 blunders, 0 mistakes, 0 missed wins, and 0 inaccuracies. And I think you can see the little graph at the upper right that shows I was never behind, except for the normal amount that a player is behind with the black pieces after so many moves. The computer, let's go to about right here. It shows that white has a very slight advantage. So I did do okay then by moving this bishop here. That apparently was not bad. The computer's inaccuracy was playing the other knight, apparently, and that gave me a very slight advantage. E6, it says was not my absolute best move. Well, just out of curiosity, let's switch over to the analysis board here and see what the lines say I should have played. I should have played rook to c8. Okay. Oh no, the stockfish is still running. And it says e6 is just as good, if not slightly better, than rook to c8. You can see that, right? So that's what I played. And here the bot should have played h3 to directly threaten my bishop. But instead it played bishop to g5. Okay, that was a blunder. I did not realize that. If you'll remember, I thought that I was maybe losing here, but I did think we would at least come out even, because I thought I might take, and they would take. No, wait, I was going to come out a piece ahead either way. Oh no, the move I played was the only move that wasn't a blunder. Okay, so I did the right thing. I took the knight. Oh, and it said that was a great move. And it checked me, and I took back, and then it took my queen, which was its best move at that point, according to the lines, not according to the game review. And of course, my only move that's not a huge blunder is taking their queen, which I did. That was also a great move. And here, taking with the king, taking with the knight, and taking with the rook are all about the same, according to Stockfish. And it took with the rook. Okay, the Stockfish is having trouble deciding whether I should take with my king or my rook. I still wanted to castle, which is why I took with my rook. And then after that, I was just a piece ahead, and I had to do okay. But yeah, okay, so back to the review. I'm pretty happy with my performance. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.